Maybe I'll try this one.
All right, guys. Our third guest that we had was a interesting one, and I've said this, so it's worth noting again to our viewing and listening audience. These guys did not know about these guests. They
Correct.
like we're not trying to like there. Of course, there's post production that go on. There's editing. You know, Shaw is a mastermind in how he produces these episodes and our content. But what's very organic is the fact that Shaw and I are the only one who knows the guests. And he has to tell me because I'm the host. Other than that, like I wouldn't know. But these guys don't be knowing.
No.
So the reaction you get from them, their questions, these are not premeditated. I have premeditated questions. Shaw have premeditated questions. What comes out of these guys' mouth?
And listen, y'all, we missing my boy B,
Yes.
Big Brandon. We missing you, bro.
Yeah, what comes out of their mouth is real. It's real. Y'all getting it raw, uncut. But our third guest that we had, and as a disclaimer, City Boyz does not stand behind the opinions and perspective of all of our guests. While we welcome your open and honest perspectives, we do not agree with everything that's being said here. But this is a safe space, so we welcome everything, but we do not agree with everything. Mr. Two Parts, Javon Clark, probably our most controversial guest, our most charismatic guest that we've ever had, aka Mr. Two Parts. We really unpacked his persona. We unpacked his contradictions, and his unapologetic takes on love, politics, and manhood and women. Was he misunderstood, just raw and unfiltered? Either way, that show stirred a lot of pots.
Oh, yes, it did.
So what did y'all think about Mr. Two Parts?
Man, I'm going to just go ahead and kick this one off. I liked him, man. You know, I'm not going to say that I agree with everything Tupac said, but there was a lot of things that he said once it was unpacked that I could relate to or whatever, right? You know, once we got on the actual woman topic and the women selling pussy, right? Like off gate, you know, I was like, shit, it's true. Men do buy it. Women do sell it. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't sit here, you know what I'm saying, and say that you ain't bought a piece of pussy. You know what I mean? You know, you pay bills. You know what I mean? He was right on that. You know what I mean?
Is that buying it?
They're still buying it because guess what? She happy, and you hoping that once I pay these bills, I get the twat. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, when I listened to it, I was like, damn, have I ever bought a piece of pussy? Yeah, I did. I did.
Still buying it.
Yeah, you still buying it, man. You get the hair done, you pay for a car inspection, you buy a set of tires. You know what I'm saying? For real, bro. You think about it though. You have, man.
Take it to
Take
dinner.
a chick to go to Corral and get a cold Sprite. You know what I mean? Guess what?
Is it levels based on the restaurant? Are you expecting something different?
Oh, no, I'm expecting every time I take you. If we go to Burger King, I want some ass. You know what I mean? Point blank. I ain't even gonna front. You know what I'm saying? If I change your tie, I want some ass. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? We go to church together. When we get home, I want some ass.
I took you to hear from the Lord.
That's right. So you know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. I'm being real. You know what I mean?
You wouldn't have heard from the Lord if I didn't take
Yeah,
you.
you wouldn't have heard. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, man, I think that, you know, that was just one part because I think that stood out, and I was involved in a few conversations behind that episode or whatever that, where men literally question the fact that they do it. Even married men said, yeah, bro, I got to keep it happy, man. You know what I'm saying? But in hopes, I hope when we get home, she put that thigh on me. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I liked them. Some of the things I disagreed with was the fact of the beacon order of where the white man is first and the black man is at the bottom, and if he could have his way, we would be second. Nah, I want to be first. You know what I mean? I think we deserve to be first, right? It doesn't matter what we know, but I feel like at the end of the day, black man, we built this country. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that we have done. There's a lot of inventions that we are enjoying off of black men. And to say that, you know what, I'm going to be second, nah, I really can't go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To pick up off of that statement, I did not agree, but Javon has a level of charisma that is persuasive, and for somebody who's not sure of where they stand, he will get you tripped up.
Yeah, most definitely.
I definitely understood his perspective, and I appreciated his angle.
Yeah.
But it never persuaded me to agree with that.
Yeah.
And that's just at the core of who I am. I'm just not gonna agree with any return to any form of slavery.
Yeah.
I'm just not gonna agree with that.
Yeah.
Like, not even a little bit where I'm still labeled as beneath someone else because I think we all should be here. Yeah. I get it that we're not.
Yeah.
We're not. Like, let's just call it what it is. Mm-hmm. In the present state of this country where we sit, we are 4 black men to us, 4 affluent black men in our city, in our community, in our homes, in our families. But to some other people, we are 4 niggas.
That's it.
So that's, at the end of the day, that's the country we live in.
Right.
And I know that, but I'm not going to accept it. Yeah. And I'm not going to accept that I'm not above anybody. I don't look down on people, but I'm definitely not beneath people.
Right.
And I'm just not going to accept that. I'm not going to put it into my kids. So I did have I disagree with him there. And then my wife really didn't like his stance on women. So she didn't agree with the whole selling and buying of the female anatomy. We did have a discussion if I ever bought it, but you got to know my wife to feel like, no, you shouldn't have to buy it. I'm like, yeah, but we do. I do right here in the house. I do.
Yeah, you do, man.
But that's a woman. Women got to understand how men view
how
it.
We think,
honestly, like, and I wasn't saying I had a problem buying it from her. Right. I'm saying no. Like, my wife, I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna do what I need to do. But if I was to be honest, as a man, we do have some expectations.
Yeah, we do.
When we do good.
Yeah.
We holding it down. Like, if you are a woman out here and your man is doing his job, why not?
Yeah, bless him.
Why you not blessing him?
Yeah, bless him.
And then you gonna wonder why he going somewhere else to get blessed.
Yeah, bless him.
So you are a fool.
Yes.
To not reward him for what he's doing. I'm just giving y'all I'm giving y'all real game. I like. Even in my counseling, my marriage counseling, I tell them, you cannot sit here and complain about a man stepping out when you're not doing your job.
Absolutely.
Period. Like, shut up. I don't want to hear it, because you're just as much of the problem. Is he wrong? Yeah. Like, that's not even what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you ain't making it hard.
Yeah.
You making it real easy. But I do think the way a man operates, we do all operate off a merit system. Mm-hmm. It's innate within us.
That's fact.
It's like we ain't trying to not but it's just in us. Like from the days of time, man go out, he hunt. He come home with what he caught, and he wants somebody to appreciate him.
Absolutely.
He want everybody in the house.
Validate.
Look at what daddy did.
Validate.
Daddy fed us.
Yeah.
He want that woman. Look at your daddy. That's my king.
Yeah.
Man, go on in there. Your bath water ready for you, and dinner is ready. And I'm gonna put the kids to bed. I'm gonna take care of you.
Yeah, and baby me and milk and honey. You know what I mean? I want to be Princess Amunda. You know what I mean?
You be so serious.
Hey, listen, I want milk and honey bath.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But no, I mean she didn't necessarily like
I know.
that one. But you know, I think other than that, I like the brother's perspective on a lot of stuff. Gav?
From the clips I saw, I think he speaks more. He says what most men want to say.
Yeah.
Point blank.
Point blank, absolutely.
And now that don't mean that we all agree with it.
Yeah.
But a lot of stuff, where the good side of you want to say, no, don't think like that. The other side, like, man, you know he right.
Yeah.
You know for real, he ain't said nothing wrong.
Yeah.
So I respected the fact that he had his own opinion. No, some of the things I didn't agree with, but
Yeah. It was
you paying for something.
Yeah, absolutely. You paying for something.
For something.
Something.
I don't know any man who's been in any partnership, relationship, marriage where they didn't feel, I guess, and I think the best word was what Max said. It's embedded in you without you trying to act like that's what you want. Yeah. You want to see the woman. You want to say, no, I just, but it is a mirror system. We want to be validated.
Because you think about it like this real talk. Let's real talk, right? Like, you know, I know it's people, I'm saying what he said because that's the way he said it. You know what I mean? So when you hear me say pussy, I'm saying it because that's what he said. You know what I mean? And that's what we gonna say. You feel me? But now check this out. I'm finna give you real now. Listen to me. You with a chick, you pull up at her crib. You open the refrigerator door or whatever, ain't no grocery in there. You say, okay, baby, come on. Let's go into the grocery store, right? Because already in your mind, you plotting. Because you already know I want to hit that.
Or at worst case scenario, I want a meal.
Yeah, I want a meal. Yeah, you want that. You got the meal, but I'm going to buy the grocery, though. But you're going to go ahead and you know what? She going to go in there and you going to say, baby, get what you want, right? You going to say that. You going to say, get what you want. She going to go in there, you shopping and everything. You ain't going to sit here and say it, a man, you like, boy, yeah, tonight it's going to be on.
No, you think about it all the time.
You think about it. Ain't nobody, you going to sit here and say you ain't. And then check this out. That night come, right? Because out of all the grocery shopping, you reached in and you bought you some Mad Dog 20 right? Banana red. Mad Dog 20. So while she in there cooking, you in there getting lit. While you getting lit, you got TP 2000, R. Kelly bumping.
This fool said TP.
You see what I'm saying? You feeling me, right? Now guess what happens, right? Guess what happens? This chick say, you know what? You ready. Because you got this daggone 20 pumping in your system. She gonna say, you ain't, nah, I don't want to do nothing tonight. You lay in the bed, you like, man, damn, I done bought all this damn grocery. And you sit here want to watch a Kung Flu flick. Ain't trying to give me none. You know what I mean? You hot, right? So the thing is, right, you was hoping that you were going to get it after all the good gestures you did that entire day. So that means that you buy. Because you disappointed when you don't get it. Right or wrong?
Or you go somewhere else.
It's right. You going to go somewhere else? You like, oh, I got to go find.
I ain't going to get no more groceries.
She ain't getting no more. I might back my groceries back up. I'm taking my groceries with me. You know what
and look, you know what? That's a tough situation because I done did it.
Bag his groceries.
I done did it because I liked you, but then I done did it in the thought of wanting some. You know what I mean?
I mean, but like, be real though, man.
I mean, dog, look, That's like I said.
That's
That
real.
you said with most men in their mind.
Yeah, exactly,
Hey,
bro.
now, is it I mean, realistically, we know it don't really work like that.
I know,
But
but it do.
You know, he also made the statement, you know, give a man something to buy.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
he was like, you know, you want a man to get your hair done, your nails done. He was like, you know, you should already have that.
Yeah.
To give him something to want to, you know, want to buy. I still go back to the merit system, and honestly, the older you get, it's not just that.
Yeah.
You know, you that words of affirmation is big, man.
Yeah.
It's big. Like let me hear it. Like that'll take me a longer way. And again, I know to some people, y'all, they gonna comment like, oh, that nigga just that's not. I'm being honest. Like it's certain ages and stages.
Yeah.
And when you hit that, it's like, you know, speaking to me, you know, and then from there, it makes the whole physicality so much sweeter. What you think, Shaw?
No, you're absolutely correct. I think that God made us a certain way that we're supposed to be together, men and women. Meaning that, you know, God gave us eyes, you know, to where, and he made her beautiful. So we acknowledge her beauty. Mm-hmm. You know, she's curved a certain way so our eyes can appreciate that. Right. A lot of times women get offended by that, but it's like God made you this way. Yeah. He made me this way to where I'm attracted to you. Yeah. Right? And he gave me this additional strength to do things not just for myself but for others. And he made it to where most people are appreciative of, you know, the things that I can do. They're actually impressed by the things that I can do. But I think society has gotten to the point now where they just automatically expect us to do certain things, and it don't hold a lot of weight. And what happens is it dilutes our power. The same thing that's happening to them. You know, like the women don't cook. Women, they don't want to clean. They think that's slave work. I'm like, yo, that's magic.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? To turn raw ingredients into something that I'm willing to eat and digest. Yes. That's magic. Yes. You letting people take your power away from you, trick you out of what makes you great.
Right. Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
Making you think you're being degraded because you fixing a meal.
But look,
that's what. Before you go ahead. This is why I can appreciate Shaw, man. You know, Shaw say everything that I be trying to say. It just come out wrong for me. You know what I mean?
No, he definitely saying right.
Shaw always puts it in a way. It was so
elegant. That's what you really meant.
Yeah, I really meant that. Like, you know where he just said that they take raw ingredients? He said raw ingredients and made it a delight. I'm thinking about raw ingredients. That's in my head. Raw ingredients is in my. Like, I'm gonna go home and tell, you know, like, listen, babe. I need you to take raw ingredients
and make magic.
And make it magic. Like, cause you know that line right there, her head just went.
Supposed to.
It should.
It should.
The way you put that.
So that's the real black girl magic.
Man.
But look, another one though. Doing your daughter hair.
Yes, bro.
That's big. Do you know how much time and the bonding process that is? I don't want to do my daughter. I send her somewhere else. I'm like, you throwing something away.
That's a bonding moment.
Man, look, I have, again, this is the new world. I think that's why this show is needed. That's why sometimes it's great to hear all of us say, but like sometimes Shaw say something, I'm like, golly.
Yeah, that was phenomenal,
because again, we are in a world where it pays to be negative. Yeah. It pays to make it seem like those things that we should be appreciative instead of acting like we deserve it off gate. Yeah. We are watching the internet. I can go through Instagram and all you will see is what a man should do or what a woman should do. Yeah. What a man ain't gonna do and what a woman ain't gonna do. Yeah. So right. I think some of the values that the guy said was, but but some of it was factual.
Yeah, some of it was factual, man.
It's just, you know what it was? He just delivered a lot of stuff on a wooden plate.
And you know what? He said some things a lot of women
Instead of a crystal plate.
That's right. They didn't agree with the fact that he's like, you know what? Like, don't, you know, some women, they want to wear makeup and stuff and all this other stuff, right? And sometimes, right, you don't know who they are. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, I prefer a natural chick. I think I like natural beauty. You know what I mean? And then two, right, I wear a lot of white shirts, so I don't want to get no makeup on my shirt. You know what I mean? Or I don't want no makeup on my pillows or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? When we pillow talking. You feel me? So, but I'm just saying, he said that, and I was like, you know what, that's good. A lot of women didn't like that. But then he said something, because we went on to talk about how Donald Trump runs the country. And he was saying, you know, Donald Trump runs the country like a man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking, I'm like, well, dog, you know, I ain't a Donald Trump fan at all or whatever. But some things he said, I was like, you know what? That is kind of true. You know what I mean? It's kind of true. You know, like how he say what he gonna do and he do what he gonna say. We don't like a lot of decisions that he's doing, but at the same time, that's what he's doing, and he don't care what people think.
Yeah. I definitely think that was a good perspective. And I do agree with him. I do think Donald Trump run the country unapologetically him.
Yeah.
While I am not a Republican, I definitely appreciate the fact that he makes a decision and don't care what nobody else think about it.
Yeah, he don't care.
Like at the end of the day, like you cannot like him, but you gotta respect the man that stand 10 toes down, man.
Yeah.
This man, like, listen, like, build that wall and get them Hispanics out this country. And I don't care if y'all don't vote for me, because the reality is some of y'all had to for me to even be in office.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I get everybody, he don't like black people. Well, like, let's really think about it. He don't like lazy people, poor people. That category ain't just blacks. Like, that's the ignorance of our country.
Yeah.
When we just think somebody talking about poor people, they strictly talking about blacks.
Yeah.
There's poor white folk,
Yeah.
poor Asians, poor Hispanics. Like, poor ain't got no color, man.
Yeah.
It ain't got no color. Like,
Absolutely.
he don't want the government to give people everything. He wants you to work for it. So in that perspective, I get what he's saying. Like, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree that man stands on it. Now, how he goes about, communicating it, I mean, that's, I've been saying this lately, to the end of time, people gonna always have a problem with how something is said.
Yeah. Always.
To the end of time,
Always.
people gonna always have that's the scapegoat.
Yeah.
Like that's the scapegoat to justify you being the victim. Like we may not like how he says it, but at the end of the day, like he's doing things and saying things that people been wanting to say.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate Mr. Two Parts for that. And I feel like since then he's been more vocal and open on his platforms.
I recently shared something that he spoke about Dame Dash. I shared it with Cameron, and Cameron used it.
Okay.
So he was really thankful for that, thankful for our support. And like he said, a lot of people run away from his content, but he was really thankful that we didn't. And some of the feedback I got, another person said that was one of their favorites. They said they loved the fact that he spoke his mind, and you can tell that that's what he believed, and he stood on it. So and it was funny. Some people laughed at it, and I agree with a lot of the things he said. And like I said, I think I've been training myself to get past certain type of noise words so that I can hear true messages, so I can have an opportunity to learn. Because I looked at our community and realized that that's some of the issues we have. Like, we will put ourselves in a victim space very fast, and that's the way we're hearing it, from a victim mentality, and that don't serve us well, man. It's not going to get us to the next level thinking that way.
And you're right, Sean. One of the things he kept saying was the rhetoric. He kept saying, you got to understand rhetoric from what's real or whatever, right? And sometimes we do buy into that rhetoric, you know what I mean? So, like I said, I really did enjoy him. I like the fact that, he talked about everything, family included. This man even talked about his own kid.
Oh yeah.
It's real.
Having a special needs
Yeah,
daughter.
he did.
And almost feeling like that was his thorn.
Yeah,
That was the piece that kept him balanced.
yeah,
In everything that he had going on. From him acknowledging that man is often not liked
yeah.
in the house. That's like that's a real thing.
That
like
is.
It's funny. I thought about it. And it changes how I walk in the house now.
Yeah.
Because I am. That's me. Like anybody knows me, man. I'm an alignment person, man. I don't like things out of alignment.
Yeah.
So I don't like to walk in the house and shoes all over the floor.
Oh man.
Not when I've created a shoe place,
Yeah.
a shoe area.
Designated shoe spot.
Yeah, like why are we going away from the alignment? Like it's a reason for this. And again, to each his own. I don't like you eating away from the kitchen.
Yeah.
And people can say, you too hard on your boys. Well, maybe you raising little sissies.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to raise sissies. I'm trying to raise some young men that one day gonna have their own homes, and they're gonna understand the importance of creating some type of structure and some type of order in the house. But I've kind of, as a result, walk in the house and I try to check the temperature before I just go off on everything that's wrong. Because when you're the man of your house, like it's like this is a certain type of order that you want in the house. And I was raised like that, man. My grandfather didn't play.
When you speak to the dog jump.
Man, you know what's crazy? The dog loved me more than anybody. Man, let me tell you something. I love that dog, man. He the only one that ain't biased, bro. He'll get mad at me when I fuss. Like, I could go off for the whole house. The dog still gonna jump in my lap. Everybody else is staying away from me.
Yeah.
So me and the dog cool now.
Mark, you all right? Mark.
So one more thing before we go is with Mr. Two Parts being here, I think that one of the lessons that the audience should have received from that is that there were a group of men who didn't see eye to eye, who one man was super polarizing, energy took up the room, but no one disrespected one another.
Nope.
We gave each other that room to speak, and we were able to get something to take away from it. We learned from it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I have to commend, each one of y'all, for that, because I know it challenged some of our thought processes. Especially you, Pastor Mac, with you being the host and him actually literally directing a lot of the things. Seemed like you two was having your own conversations, but you held your ground and you made sure that man had a space to speak. You didn't back down where you believe on what you believe, and then at the same time, he felt that he respected us,
Right.
because most people would not take him on, but we took him and brought him on this platform.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think it's innate within us to match disrespect with disrespect, and you don't always have to do that, because sometimes what we feel is disrespect is somebody just being who they are. I remember coming up, us being this is the South. We used to think people from up north was aggressive. Like, nah, that's just how they are, man. Like, that's how they are. It's like
Yo, B.
yeah. It's like
Dash.
Yeah.
It's funny, man. My wife and I, we go to Miami a lot. Like that's our getaway. And like we'll do a turn and burn. We call it go up like the first flight out on a Tuesday, come back the last flight out on a Wednesday, like a one day.
That's dope.
And like honestly, like that's a good trip for you, lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, go take that and you should expect something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looking like it
Hey, you put on the plane, Doc. You need to expect something. Ladies, stop doing that. That man fly you out. You need to understand what the assignment is.
That's right. Understand.
Check all your local and state laws as well. Yeah. Make sure you do that.
Turn them out now.
But we got this thing like she be like, man, people in Miami are rude. Like they don't say excuse me. And we're Southern hospitality.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that's normal to them. That's normal to them. So I say that say like you don't have to match disrespect with disrespect. Like you can, sometimes understand, is that really disrespect or is this person?
Stop taking it so personal.
Yeah, and I think for him, like I never took what he said as disrespect. I didn't feel like that man was out here disrespecting him. I knew very well that this is who he is.
Yeah.
I wanted to hear him. I wanted to hear what he had to say just based off the content that we had already gotten.
Yeah.
But just to hear him live and what his perspectives was on it, right? It was really enlightening for me though.
Yeah. So shout out Mr. Two Parts, man. We appreciate you, bro. Come and see us again, man. We need you back on here. And much success in your endeavors. So peace.
Maybe I'll try this one.